I've never been close with my family. Obviously, I love my parents to death and I would do anything for them, but I feel like there's an entire part of me and my life that they have absolutely no idea about. And it's not really their fault. I choose to be so secretive and hidden, and I guess that's just because I've never really felt super comfortable being open. In today's episode of 25 and Trying, we're going to discuss family dynamics. When I was younger and I would see my friends have good relationships with their parents, I would feel a bit envious because I always thought, like, what could my life have looked like if I had that type of support? A few years ago, I decided I was going to let go of all the resentment I held towards my parents. I told myself it's their first time being here, it's their first time as parents, and they are people too who have their own lives and opinions and views and challenges and struggles. While a lot of us have the luxury of self-development and self-actualization, our parents didn't. My parents were so worried about survival when they came to Canada with absolutely nothing. My dad was literally homeless for years. You think he had the time to sit there and think, oh, what toxic traits do I hold and how can I be better for the future? I think we put a lot of pressure on our parents to have it all figured out. And don't get me wrong, there's some situations that I've heard of where parents' actions are absolutely unforgivable. But I feel like for most people, they can come to this common understanding that if our parents knew better, they would do better. What's helped me with letting go of that resentment and kind of trying to understand them is putting myself in their shoes. My mom had 2 kids by age 25, and I can't even imagine me at age 25 right now becoming a mother of even 1 kid. I feel like it would completely stunt my growth and make me need to change every single aspect about my life so that I can be there for that child. And what that means is that I wouldn't have enough time to actually focus on myself and my own development. In a way, it feels like, well, maybe my mom got a lot of that youth stripped away from her. She got that freedom taken away from her from a young age because she had to sacrifice for me. Same thing with my dad. From a young age, he was trying to make it happen. He was trying to build a brand new life from scratch, not knowing any English, not having any money, not having any support. If I had to do all that right now, I know that my focus would be on how am I going to pay for my family's next meal? How am I going to make sure that our rent gets covered? I wouldn't be able to sit here and think, oh, how can I reflect on my actions? How can I reflect on who I am? How can I become a better person for my spouse or my children? And while I'm not saying that both of these things are impossible to do at the same time, I think it's just extremely difficult. It first requires the awareness to feel like, okay, maybe I need to make some changes in my life to who I am. And then it also requires the actual time and energy to be able to do that. So the moral of the story is that you can't control the past. You can't control how things have played out, but you have all power to control the future. The best thing that you can do is let go of that resentment, obviously, if you feel like it's appropriate in your situation, and build a life that breaks all of those generational curses that you have went through. And the first step is to forgive your parents.